Alright, so it was day one and I took a look around and instantly saw that I spawned right beside a village. Nice. Anyway, I jumped down and decided to take a look around and basically steal everything I needed so I wouldn't have to put the work in myself. Then I found some apples and a little bit of iron armor. And then I saw a boat in the distance. I was intrigued, so I wanted to go over and take a look, but before I did, I went ahead and made myself a little crafting table, made some delicious bread, baguettes if you will. Anyway, I headed straight over and talked to this dude. His name was Walter.
You are the new adventurer. You are the one the prophecy says will save the world. I have been instructed to take you to the sacred location. Please, hop aboard. Once I bring you there, your true adventure will begin.
Ooh, okay, so this was kind of weird, but also super interesting. So, like Walter said, I jumped aboard and we headed out. And then he got me to this location.
This is the sacred location. Please leave the boat. Good luck on your adventure.
Okay, so I said thanks to Walter, jumped off the boat, and noticed that yes, this place was super weird. First thing I saw was this gigantic beehive room, and then I saw a gigantic sword, nether portal thing that absolutely terrified me. Anyway, I went inside the little hut and managed to find myself a lot of food, which was nice, and some basic iron tools. Happy days, good day one. Yep, super day one, but straight away on day two, I was intrigued to see what this magnificent structure really was. Well, I knew it was a nether portal, but there had to be more to it. I did see a grave and wondered what was going on with this.
The time has come. I think I'm ready. Time to enter into this horrid place and meet my foe.
This is a flashback, by the way.
I shall defeat you, you wretched creature! I've been bested. I must warn the next. This is where I come to rest.
Okay, so seems that whoever this dead guy is down here was some sort of an adventurer just like me. I wasn't really sure what to do, so I decided to dig up his grave. Yeah, super weird, but I had to do it. Anyway, there he was, bones and all. His sword was here. It was an iron sword with knockback and sharpness, which was pretty nice. I'm getting some good stuff without doing any work. Anyway, I found a book in there also, and it just said it's not safe. Inside the book, it had no text. Literally just the title saying that it was not safe. I mean, I know the Nether's not safe. I don't need someone to tell me that, but there was definitely something more to that. And I had to find out. So I decided if I just go straight into that Nether, it might be a bad idea. So I need to get prepared. So like any Minecraft adventurer like myself, I went and done so. By mining! Yep, that's right, I went in and mined as much as I could for a couple of days, trying to find iron, redstone, lapis, gold, diamonds, just the necessities you need in some sort of a crazy Minecraft world like this one. And before I knew it, I was down in the depths of some cave getting the diamonds that I wanted. There's something seriously satisfying about getting diamonds in Minecraft. It's like it's the holy grail. I love it. Anyway, I was super deep in this cave and it was getting extremely dangerous because I didn't really have any armor, just boots and a helmet. Yeah, then that happened. I was down to half a heart. I could not believe it. That creeper almost killed me. Get me out of here and back to bed. Alright, so I woke up on day 5 feeling optimistic because I did get a lot of stuff on that little mining trip. I started off by smelting my iron to get iron ingots so I can make some better armor. I also decided that I was actually gonna go ahead and store all the stuff that I got inside this ender chest, which turned out to be a really good idea. You'll get that in the future. Anyway, I made myself a diamond pickaxe, got all of the iron, and made myself a full set of iron armor. I then went over to the portal, ready to go in, and I got super scared and decided, nope, I'm not going in today. Got back home, made myself a shield, and basically procrastinated for the rest of the day thinking about going into that place because I knew something bad was going to happen. Okay, so it was day 6, and I've got to be honest, I pretty much said I was going to go straight in but I didn't. I messed around for a little bit, and I'm afraid, people, you know what I'm saying? But okay, eventually I got all my stuff organized, and I decided, come on, man up, you need to just get in here. So I waved at the dead guy and said I was gonna find out what happened to him, and yeah, I just did it. I walked straight into this portal, and I was in the Nether, but not any normal Nether. First thing I saw was a gigantic Nether castle in the distance. This was gonna be really strange. I saw a sign that said you should not have come through the portal. I flicked a switch, and yeah, it was a really bad idea. Basically, I destroyed the only portal back to the overworld. And I found out later that portals were disabled, so there was no way that I could actually make a new one. It was insane. I traveled around for a couple of days, but eventually I did find a bastion. Remember, I only have iron armor, so it was super sketchy and scary going down here, because if I get attacked by any of those brutes, I am done for. Put on some golden boots so I wouldn't get attacked by the piglins, and went back to the area where the portal was. I was truly intrigued by that castle. I decided to spend the rest of those days just making myself a little hut. I mean, I'd call it a home, but it's just a tiny little hut. I also made a sign saying why. I think it was, why did I get stuck down here? Okay, come on. We cannot dwell on why we are stuck in a corrupt Nether controlled by crazy mob bosses. We have to just continue this crazy adventure. Anyway, I looked over at that castle and said I need to get over there to explore and to check it out. But there wasn't really any safe way to travel. And as you guys know, I have terrible armor. It's not enchanted, it's iron, it's just awful. It's too dangerous down here for me, so I had to make a tunnel system. Basically, I was gonna tunnel through all the netherrack to get to where I needed to go a little bit more safely. Anyway, I also reinforced my little hut here with an iron door, but as I went along creating my little tunnel, I did find a bastion which I knew would contain some nice goodies, but again, I couldn't go over there because I'm not prepared. I continued on with my little tunnel, and I got much closer to this castle. I didn't have enough netherrack to build across, so I had to get myself some more. And yeah, the more I thought about it, the more weird noises I started hearing. I just did not want to go over there. I knew if I went over there not prepared, I was gonna be killed. So I went back through my little tunnel system that I'd been building over the last 2 weeks, and took a look at that chest over the bastion and decided I really want that thing. So I tunneled in. Yet it's the only safe way to do this, people. Otherwise I would just get absolutely destroyed by brutes and piglins and hoglins, and it would just be a mess. Anyway, I found some gold. I got myself my first netherite scrap, which was absolutely epic. I can't really remember how many netherite scraps I got in total, but I think I may have got my first 4 here, which is pretty epic. I mean, I kept on finding these chests, and I kept on finding more netherite. Yep, there it is. That was 4 pieces. I was going to be able to make myself a netherite ingot. Happy days. I also found a lot of spectral arrows and some more gold as well, which was nice, but eventually I made it back to my little home hut thing here and tried to get organized. Anyway, there it is. I made myself a netherite ingot, and I made a smithing table, but I wasn't quite ready to use it yet. I decided to, well, finish off these 2 weeks by trading with some of these piglins to see if I could get some good stuff. I got ender pearls and fire resistance potions. Made myself a bow too. Okay, so things were going a little bit better, but I was still none the wiser of how to actually get out of this nether. Yeah, I didn't really know what was going on. Anyway, as you can see, my inventory was looking a little bit neater. My chest was looking a little bit neater. I did spend a bit of time organizing some stuff, but went out traveling to see if I could find anything cool. And find something cool I did. It was some sort of a structure. I purled over, made a mess of it, and yes, oh my days, I was down to half a heart again. I almost killed myself there. I mean, seriously, sometimes I am an unbelievable noob. Anyway, I got myself some more netherite scraps in the chest here. Decided to, well, hit one of my potions because I was gonna go for a swim in the lava. I'm not really sure why I did this. I just felt like it was gonna be quicker, but then it took me ages to swim. It was probably a bad move. I did get some gold off that tower as well, which was nice, but eventually I found a weird kind of a home situation. I wasn't really sure what it was at the time, but inside I met this dude. He was rambling on about how he's been kept captive and he was held hostage or something by some skeletons, so I decided I'd help him out. He told me to go up to the roof and there would be someone waiting there. If I could defeat them, well, this dude would be free. So I wasn't really sure why I was helping a brute out, but there was a skeletal knight up there and he was pretty dumb. I took him out with ease, but then out of nowhere, this skeleton king came. This dude was way stronger. He almost took me out. It was insane. I had to use another one of my fire potions, but thankfully he got stuck behind this pillar and I was able to just arrow him for about 10 minutes and eventually he died. Yeah, I kind of cheated on that one. But anyway, I got back down to my brute friend here, and again, he starts saying, well, let him out of this cage. But I knew if I let him out that he would just attack me, so I asked if he could give me anything in return, and he did. He told me to go upstairs and to knock down this structure. I wasn't really sure what I was doing, but inside I found, oh my days, the holy grail. It was an ender chest. You guys remember that I stored some of my stuff in the ender chest back in the overworld? Oh my days, I just got it. So I got some diamonds, some lapis, redstone, more iron, some cobble, stuff that you just can't get down in the nether. So this was a pretty big win for me, so happy days. I got organized with the ender chest and decided to go back down to my brute friend. He helped me out a lot with that one and I decided, yeah, I'm gonna have to let him out of his little cage here. So I decided to knock it down, but I made a deal that he was not to attack me once I did. Yep, that fell on deaf ears and this dude ran at me like a steam train trying to kill me, so I had to run for my life. I didn't really have to run. I could have killed him, but I mean, I felt bad for him. I don't know how long he was in that cage. Alright, so the next week got a little bit interesting to say the least. I started getting organized and decided it was time for me to go and check out this castle. I wanted to get close enough this time to see if I could see anything. Let's just say I got a little bit too close.
I smell you, boy. You dare get close to me.
Yeah, so it turns out that there is a netherite demon that basically controls this part of the nether and this castle. I was super scared, but I managed to sneak into one of the towers where I found an abundance of gold and a chest with a golden apple, some more gold ingots, some netherite scraps, and most importantly, some campfires. Oh yeah, and then this dude started raining down fire and tried to kill me, and there was no way that I was going to be able to take this guy on, so again, I ran away like a little sissy girl that I am. I mean, come on people, did you see that dude? He would absolutely tear me to shreds. Anyway, I eventually made my way back home and I was able to use the campfire to cook up some of the pork. I mean, this steak that I had wasn't gonna last forever. Anyway, a few days passed and I went ahead and actually managed to find myself a fortress so I could get in there and start getting some of the loot. I mean, look at this, my very first blaze rod. Happy days. Anyway, I was able to use some of the potions so I could get around a little bit easier because blazes are annoying and they do set you on fire a lot of the time. I managed to find myself some saddles, some more iron, some more gold, and a couple of diamonds as well. I eventually went ahead, found myself more blazes so I could get some more blaze rods so I could get back home and make a brewing stand. I mean, I'm speeding this up, people, but this did take a good couple of days. I managed to get some water from the trades with the piglins, and now I was going to be able to make myself potions, which is super important because my armor is pretty weak. I went ahead and made myself some more fire resistance potions, and I made myself a strength potion also. I then upgraded some of my tools the best I could and headed back out to see if I could find some more cool things. And I did. Again, I found another one of these towers. I wasn't really sure what they were or who owned them or what they belonged to, but I went over anyway and looted it up once more. This time I just found lots of gold and a golden apple, but there were some ancient debris on the top of it which I was able to mine. Well, I got 3 out of the 4 pieces. This first piece flew off somewhere and I don't know where it went. Yeah, okay, I lost it. I'm sorry. Anyway, I found another bastion as well, which was pretty epic because, yeah, the more loot I can find, the more chance I have of actually beating these demons. So the new goal was going to be to try and find more stuff, so I headed back to that bastion that I'd found a few days previous, and eventually I got down to the bottom. There was so much gold in here, it was crazy. What a find. I mean, check out the first chest. I got a diamond helmet and diamond boots. I got some ancient debris and some other stuff. The second chest was just as good. A diamond sword, more diamonds, and more ancient debris. This place was absolutely sick, and I was so glad to find it because I was now going to be able to make diamond armor. That will help me out so much. So eventually I left the bastion, got back home and made said armor. I was feeling a lot better about myself now that I had the diamond armor. I mean, you just feel a lot more protected. Anyway, I then went ahead back to my 2 dudes and decided to start trading with these guys for a while to see if I could get some more water bottles so I could make potions. If I was going to stand any chance in any of these fights, I was going to have to be ready. You know what they say, people. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. So I set off back home again once more, but when I got there I realized I had nothing to fuel the furnaces to smelt my ancient debris, so I had to destroy the campfire to get some charcoal. That's what I did, and I was able to get those pieces of netherite scrap, and then I continued to get ready by making more potions to make sure that I had every single advantage possible when it came time to take on that demon. And on day 47, I felt it was that time. So I tamed myself a little strider and headed on out across the lava plains to get to this castle. Just before I went inside, I did this. Boom, return to sender. Oh, it's my favorite way to kill a ghast. You gotta love it. Anyway, I was able to sneak in the back of the castle and take a look around before this demon awoke and tried to kill me. It was a good move because when I did get inside, I actually found some cool stuff. Cool stuff by bookshelves. That's what I meant by cool stuff. Moments later, I actually found myself an enchanting table, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to take this thing because I didn't have Silk Touch. And it was then that the beast awoke once more. It was going to be me versus the netherite demon, and I didn't know if I stood a chance. I took a shot with my bow and it basically just bounced off this dude. He rained down fire on top of me and I pretty much had to run. It was just so dangerous. And then I realized he was able to blast me through the walls with some sort of crazy death breath. Oh, bro, I misjudged this guy totally. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to defeat this guy. It was crazy. There's no way that my standard diamond armor would stand up to this guy. I was feeling bad, defeated, and helpless. But I am also defiant, so I wasn't going to give up just yet. I decided to make myself a nice little area where I could enchant all my weapons and my armor, but for that to happen, I needed more XP. I also needed to find more diamonds so I could actually make myself an enchanting table, so I had to go off on the hunt again. Thankfully, I did find another little bastion where I was able to pick up a couple of diamonds and some more gold. I decided to keep on looting because I thought if I found more netherite scrap, I could eventually actually turn my diamond armor into netherite armor, which would give me an extra little bit of a chance against this demon. Anyway, I made my way back home and crafted the enchanting table that I needed, put it down, and my new enchantment room was ready. Again, I didn't really have enough levels, so I wasn't going to go enchanting stuff just yet, but that was a nice way to end a couple of weeks. And what happened next was super weird.
I must make haste if I am to find the boy. Yes, this is it. I shall leave him the recipe book. He can craft the armor and hopefully defeat the Overlord. 'Cause if he does not, I will be trapped in the depths for eternity. He must succeed.
So yeah, on day 60 I woke up to some sort of a gift outside my door. It was a book. I had no idea at the time who left it, but basically it was a recipe book for armor. And it looked pretty interesting, something I'd never seen before, so I decided to go ahead and try make this armor from the book. Basically, I needed to go ahead and get myself an abundance of blaze powder, so I had to get blaze rods, and the only way to do that was to drink a fire resistance potion and a strength potion and go kill as many blazes as I could. Gotta be honest, when you've got a fire resistance potion on, this is just super fun. They can't really hurt you, and killing these guys is just awesome because they make really cool sound effects. Anyway, eventually I did just get more and more, and eventually turning all the blaze rods into over 40 blaze powder. Exactly what I needed to go and try craft this crazy new armor. I was super happy and decided to just head on back home because the next day I was going to try craft this armor. Oh yeah, and on the way I managed to get myself a wither skeleton skull, super rare, so I decided to show you guys that. Day 63. This is where it all started to happen. I put down my wither skeleton skull, say that really fast 5 times, and I got to work crafting this new armor. It's pretty much the best armor that I have ever seen in Minecraft. It's created using blaze powder and netherite ingots. I was able to get the full set of Flamos armor. Flamos, I'm not really sure, but all I know is that this thing looks absolutely incredible. I mean, look at me right now. I look like some sort of horned flame demon that is ready for battle. It was crazy. I decided to grab the lapis and go ahead and enchant one of the pieces. I started off with the boots and managed to get myself some feather falling 3 and protection and unbreaking. But I wanted to make sure that I had over 30 XP to, well, maximize my chances of getting really good enchantments. So I decided not to do the rest of the armor. For now, I was gonna put it away and get my diamond armor back on. So I headed back out to try get more levels. I took out as many mobs as I could and searched around, and eventually I found another bastion which had some more loot, and again I killed some more mobs in there for more levels. I decided I did want to go ahead and trade with these guys again so I could get more stuff that I could use for potions, but eventually I just start killing mobs and mining just to get those levels up. I mean, yeah, I don't want to be doing boring mining things at this stage of the video, but I had to do it. I had to make sure I was ready to take on that netherite demon. It was finally time to go ahead and actually enchant this epic armor. So I got the pieces out, went straight into my enchanting room and got to work. First off, I did the leggings, I got some nice enchantments on this, and then into the chest plate also. I wasn't able to do the helmet, I think it was just too epic to take enchantments or something, but I was looking absolutely epic right now. It did manage to give me fire resistance 3 as well when I had this thing on, which was so good. I didn't have to worry about the fire resistance potions anymore. I was then able to go ahead with my experience and enchant my bow and my sword. On the bow I got power and punch, and on the sword I got sharpness. Things were starting to come together and I was feeling a little bit less vulnerable, which was nice. I did think that there was one last upgrade that I could do, which was turn my sword into a netherite sword, so I decided to just, well, do the extra bit of work. So I went back to that bastion that I had recently found and got down into the bottom of it to see if I could take out the brutes and go into the chests and find some netherite scrap or some ancient debris. I found myself ancient debris. Perfect. I was going to be able to get myself a netherite ingot and finally change that diamond sword into a netherite sword. I mean, surely now with all of this stuff, I was going to be able to take out this demon. I finally got back and did what I was planning on doing. I smelted up all that ancient debris so I could get the netherite scraps and turn it into an ingot. Got the ingot, fused it with my sword, and made a netherite sword. Oh yes, I mean now, look at me. I look like a battle-hardened warrior. I was going to be able to defeat this netherite demon with ease. I finished off these few days anyway by making myself a few more enchantment books and upgrading the sword a little bit more. But we were getting close to time, people. And it was on day 73 where we decided to head back to this crazy looking nether castle to fight the netherite demon once more.
He returns. This time, you shan't leave. We end this here, and now, void.
Yeah, so let's be honest, this guy is super scary. I started off by getting some height advantage and raining down some arrow shots. I think the best time to actually attack this guy is when he's doing his flame shower thing. But yeah, as you can see, he can hit me within an instant from anywhere, so this was gonna be pretty hard. I had to eat some golden apples straight away, but I was able to get the bow shots off again when he used that flame shower. But gotta be honest, it wasn't going too well. I mean, this guy was getting me from every single angle. These weird ghostly shots, flame shots, it was insane. He is absolutely incredible. But I couldn't give up. I had to keep going. I had the good armor, I had the netherite sword, I had to believe that I could do this. I was able to get in close and start getting some shots off with my sword. Didn't didn't matter that I was on fire because, yeah, I have this fire resistance armor. It was these weird ghostly shots that were doing the damage. But when I got in close, I was able to do the damage that I needed. Especially when this dude had his eye open or his mouth open. I was able to get some good shots off. But man, this took a long time. This dude was so tough, it was insane. But I kept on going, kept on battling, nearly dying a couple of times. Oh yeah, and then I realized there were diamond blocks in this place that I could have got the whole time. Oof. But anyway, back to the fight. We were getting close to defeating this guy, and as it rained down the fire once more, I got off a couple of last bow shots. I had nearly done it. Straight in the mouth with that last one. He was down to almost 10 HP, and then I did it. The final shot, and the netherite demon was down. I had done it. He dropped me some netherite, which was an added bonus, but then this happened. Some sort of crazy sword spawned from the center of his castle. I didn't know what it was. I had to get in to investigate. This thing looked absolutely insane. I picked it up, and it was called the Overlords Blade. Who's the Overlord? I thought I just defeated the dude that ran this place. Okay, it was at this point that I realized that maybe there's another boss. Someone else who's really in charge. Okay, this is crazy. I thought I just defeated the boss that would unlock the portals to be able to get out of here, but it looks as if we have a new boss to contend with. Whoever owns this sword is gonna put up an even bigger fight. Yep, the skeleton Overlord King owns this sword, and we're gonna have to battle him soon. Okay, so at this stage, I knew that this sword was going to be the key for me beating the Overlord. So I wanted to enchant it, but I only had like 17 levels, so it wasn't good enough. I had to get back up to 30 experience if I wanted to get the best possible enchantments on this sword. So I set myself the task again of going out and doing the boring things like mining and killing mobs to get more experience. I wanted to test out the sword, so I went out and got this poor little piggy. I took him out in like 3 or 4 shots. This sword is absolutely epic and I love it, but I didn't want to basically damage it, so I put it away for safekeeping and I went out to do what I said I was going to do, the boring stuff. Mine up, get experience, kill mobs, and make sure that I got up to level 30 so I can enchant this sword. So eventually, after days upon days, I got back up to level 30. But someone was watching me.
Yes, you there, imp. I have important business for you. My sword, it has been unlocked as the netherite demon has been slayed. The boy has it, the young traveler. Retrieve it from him so I can rule again and unleash the Nether upon the overworld.
Yeah, so as you guys can see, I had a little bit of a problem. I got back to my house after getting to level 30 and my door was gone. And so was the sword. Okay, I've been burgled. Someone broke into my little hut here and stole the sword. It wasn't in any of the chests. Gotta be honest, I was panicking. This was not good. Oh, seriously guys, my sword is gone. I mean, I just spent like a week getting back up to level 30 so I can enchant that thing and take on the Overlord Skeleton King, and now it's gone. Okay, so I had to spend the rest of that day basically just getting my house back in order, and I decided to go ahead and go back out and trade with these piglin dudes again because I needed to get bottles of water so I could make some potions. I mean, now that I don't have the sword, I am so up against it when it comes to battling this skeleton Overlord King. It's gonna be way, way harder, and I just have to make sure that I've got everything I can get that gives me a little bit of a chance. Honestly though, I'm not feeling good about this. The fact that my sword was stolen is a big, big disadvantage. So anyway, I decided to head out and go adventuring once more to see if I could find any clues to, well, who stole the sword from my house. And then I came across this little dude. He was like a little imp, weird demon warrior guy, and next thing I knew, there were a couple of them. This one started throwing bombs at me. Are you serious? He's got grenades. This guy is crazy. Luckily, my armor was able to, well, fend off these little attacks, and these guys were pretty weak, so I was able to take them out in one hit. But I kept on coming across more and more of them, so I kept on following. I wasn't really sure where these guys were going to lead me, but I knew it was the right thing to do, so I let them throw the bombs, and eventually I just got close enough to kill them. But the last one actually led me here. It was the strangest looking structure I have ever seen in a Nether. I mean, it was just a gigantic cube made out of, well, obsidian and crying obsidian and like black concrete. I did find a door. I gotta be honest, I was getting a little bit scared at this stage because I had no idea what this was, but I knew it was important. Eventually, I plucked up enough courage after I drank my strength potion and decided to knock down these chains and go inside to see what I could see. And then I realized, hey RoPo, yeah, this is probably the lair of the Skeleton King. So I went in, took a look around. It looked absolutely amazing, but absolutely scary at the same time. Eventually I looked down and there he was. It was the Overlord Skeleton King. Oh my days, this was insane. Was it about to happen? Was our battle about to commence? I mean, it took me a while to get down because there were brutes everywhere. These guys are tough enough as it is, so I had to take them out as I made my way down to the very bottom floor of this crazy temple dungeon. It was insane. He looked at me and then he spoke.
Welcome, young warrior. You are the one who defeated the netherite demon unlocking my sword. I shall thank you, but instead, I will kill you.
Yeah, okay, so this didn't sound too good, and the fact that I hurled myself straight into the lava wasn't a good start. This dude slayed down his sword, and spikes came out of the ground and absolutely destroyed me. He hit me a shot with the sword and took half my health. This was not good. The fact that there was lava all around his little pedestal made it so hard for me to get to him. I didn't know how I was going to defeat this dude, and honestly, I had to just run. This was not the start that I wanted. I had to rethink and go back home to make golden apples because I was not going to be able to defeat this dude without them. Oh dude, that was not a good start to this battle.
At least you have courage. As you can see, I have leveled the playing field. Come battle me face to face. We finished this today, and I can continue my plan to take over the overworld.
Alright, so it was game on. Time to battle. This guy was actually pretty nice. I mean, he created a whole new platform just so we could battle fairly. Nah, he's not nice. I'm joking around. I mean, he's a skeleton overlord. We need to take this guy out, or he's gonna get to the overworld and destroy Minecraft forever. Alright, battle was on. I've got to be honest, it started well until I got a little bit too close, and with one swipe of that sword, he took half my hearts. It was crazy. I had to start using the golden apple straight away, but eventually I did get his health down to, well, almost killing him. But then he upped his game. He changed color, and his attacks were even more ferocious and more frequent. This battle just got insanely hard. I had to be strategic. I had to run a lot of the time, but eventually I was able to get in close to take some shots. I thought I was gonna do it here, but he hit me back once more. This guy was resilient. He swiped down with his sword and almost got me. This was crazy, but eventually I persevered and took him out. It was done. The battle was over and I was victorious. I actually did it. I took out the skeleton overlord. Oh my days, are you kidding me? And then the ground starts shaking. I didn't know what was going on. Something was happening in the center of that podium. What was it? What was happening? And then there it was. My blade. The Flamos Blade. The Flamos Blade. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's insane. This is the thing that finishes off my armor set. Oh my goodness, the most powerful and insane weapon in all of Minecraft. This thing is incredible. Was I now the Overlord King? Was I now the ruler of the Nether? Well, it most certainly felt that way, as this thing was just nuts. I mean, look at the power flame shots coming off it. It was incredible. It did actually make me feel like a fire demon. I had done it. It was day 99 and I had saved the overworld from these crazy demons. Oh man, I felt good. I got back to my hut and I thought maybe the curse has been lifted. Maybe I can open the portal. So on day 100, that's what we did. We had finally made it. I went over and began construction for a brand new portal. I didn't know if it was going to work, but perhaps the curse had been lifted now that those two beasts were defeated. The Netherite demon and the Overlord Skeleton King had been defeated by me. So technically, yeah, this portal should open. So I wasted up all of my gold and obsidian. I made it a little bit fancy because I was feeling good, and tried to open it with a piece of flint and steel. This would have never worked before, but now it had. I had done it. A gateway back to the overworld as those two demons had been defeated. I jumped back in and I was home. I was back where it all began. I had avenged my friend who had fallen before me, but this time I was victorious, and I was now Flamos, the undefeated warrior of the Nether. Oh, you gotta love it.